Hi, welcome everyone. I'm Bhavani and this is our back pain course. I'm really excited to do this course. I've been thinking of doing it for a while and I finally had the chance to organize it to happen. So I prepared quite a few modules for you to go through, and my intention for this course, more than just exercises focused on helping our back become much stronger, mobile, and into our practical daily activities, is more also educational, so that you get to know yourself in terms of your anatomy, your physiognomy, your mind as well, and get a bit of knowledge about how your nervous system works as well. So we're going to dive into all those little aspects, and I wanted just to introduce you to the course. So we're going to work into developing skills. It's more about developing skills rather than pointing on the things that we can't do because of what we point as pain. So what are the skills that we currently have, and which are the ones we would like to develop? So we're going to look into developing awareness, which I would call, it's like the foundation of everything else that we're going to look into. Developing awareness is kind of like the number one thing. Then we're also going to look at developing skill of relaxation and release. We're going to look at quality of movement, ease, efficacy, exploration, mapping. We're also going to learn the skill of stability and control, the quality of strength and endurance. We're also going to learn the skill of range of motion, so that you can notice what happens in different components of your body as you move. We're going to learn about alignment, force transmission. We learn about balance, speed, and a bit of complexity and coordination. So all this is intended to help us move into the journey of healing. I see many different people come to my in-person courses. Some people come with chronic pain that have had an issue happening for 10, 15, even 20 years sometimes. So, and some people have an acute situation that has happened recently, or occasional flare-ups. And even some people come to course as a preventive, or just prevention, because we all have very vulnerable areas on the body. There are some areas that are more mobile than others. So as human beings, we all have a spine. So even as an education and understanding, how do I prevent myself from getting some injuries? And especially if you practice yoga quite often, what are the postures that can trigger some form of injury, and how can I use it more use yoga with more efficacy? So my intention is for us to develop agency and resilience, so that you're able to move and enjoy all of the activities that you're wanting to do, and that your body can regenerate much quicker, and you rebound from those flare-ups. Now, this can be a long journey for healing. For some, might be just a couple of tweaks in terms of posture, and you're ready to go into your activities. Your journey will be very individual, and I'd like you to honor that, and to take the program with, in the pace that suits you. There's many different factors that will depend how quickly you go through the program. It might depend of, have you been doing some exercise lately? If we've been having lots of chronic pain, it's very likely we have had much more of a sedentary lifestyle. We might not been doing lots of movement. So you might go in a much calmer pace through the program. But if you're used to exercise, you might kind of loop through the program much quicker. It might depend on your spine pathology and as much time as you're able to put into the program as well. I would personally suggest that you practice, if not daily, at least every second day. The program will have short the short versions of practices and longer versions so that you can accommodate that to your schedule. So take it easy, go easy, take some breaks. And the most important thing is for you to develop awareness that you're noticing, is there actually being any changes occurring as you're putting some more attention into your journey of healing. Now, I'd like to kind of talk a bit about the rules of the game. So, as I said just before, go easy and do what you can. These practices are kind of a bit of a broader spectrum, and some practices you might notice that it's not quite where you should go. So take it back, go back to basics so that you individualize your practice. Since I'm not being with you on a one-on-one and I'm not seeing you physically, I'm trusting that you're developing confidence in you monitoring yourself when you are triggered by discomfort or pain. Take breaks whenever you need to. If you're watching a video and you feel a bit exhausted, tired, you've had enough, just take a break and pause it for a little while or recontinue the next day. Come out of any pose if you need to. By all means, you have the full permission to be in full authority of your body. Please do not strain and push yourself. I think sometimes we've heard this phrase of no pain, no gain. No. In yoga, pain is no gain. We need to rewire our relationship to pain. Also, please be patient and notice your progression. Take it easy and be kind to yourself. Another thing, please don't start any new physical activity while you're doing this. It'll be harder for you to monitor if something has gone off from the practice or from something else. I had a student one time that came to my program, and she got all excited about getting better on her back, that she wanted to get back into her hobbies, and she enrolled in a horse riding course at the same time. So it was hard for her to monitor what was happening when she was doing both activities at the time. Learn to develop a craving for movement. You might be doing the program and at the same time you're at work and you notice that you just want to do some kind of cat stretches and movements. Go along with that. I'll hugely encourage you to keep developing a craving to move rather than be stagnant in a position. Learn to listen your body when it tells you that it wants to move. Learn to how to modify to your needs. This program includes a one-on-one session with me on Zoom if you're far away, or if you're around, you can always book a session to come to the studio with me. It would be great to hear more in detail your personal journey so that we can have a conversation about what's going on as you progress through the program. So feel free to book it in with me so that you can confirm to yourself what things would you need to modify according to your needs. Now pay attention after each session if you have any muscle soreness, and it should diminish after 48 hours. It's obviously gonna begin to create some movement and workout in your muscles. So we might expect that you feel like you can feel it in your muscles for the next day, but not as pain, just a bit of soreness that you can consider to be like a positive feeling, and they should diminish after 48 hours. Otherwise, if it's been a big flare up, you've been encountering lots of pain on the days that you had scheduled to do your session, go back to just on that day, just develop awareness. I'll include as well some videos that are more restorative for the days that you might encounter lots of pain, so just more release in those sessions. And yeah, so that's basically a kind of the games, the rules of the game. And we will use for props, I'm going to use a chair. I'm going to use a stick that you can get like a broomstick, the stick from a broom. I got mine from Mitre 10 from they're used just from the carpentry section. We're going to use, obviously, you can use a mat, but you can do it in your carpet. And if you have some blocks, would be great, because we might use them a little bit further on at the end of the modules for a little bit more movement. Yeah, and I usually use also a bolster if you have a bolster at home. If not, you can do some rolling up of some chunky blankets, like woolly blankets. You can roll them for simulating a bolster. All right, so that's pretty much the introductory part I wanted to talk to you. So let's jump in. Thanks.